Welcome everyone. Welcome to Learn Ed Academy Group's topic number 1, organizational culture. Lesson 1 is the ways the organization conducts its business, treats its employees, customers, and the wider community. This is one element that we're going to explore over the next few days. But first, I'd like to set the stage for a common definition. That way we can all contribute with the same sort of paradigm and reference that we'll be able to draw from. So I did take some extracts from businessdictionary.com on this one, and let's go ahead and define this. So it says the values and behaviors that contribute to the unique social and psychological environment of an organization are what make up the organizational culture. It's also called corporate culture, and it's shown in 4 main areas or ways. The ways the organization conducts its business, treats its employees, customers, and the wider community is one, and that's what we'll be discussing today. Then the next video will discuss the second element, which is the extent to which freedom is allowed in decision-making, developing new ideas, and personal expression. The third way that we'll explore in the third video is how power and information flow through its hierarchy. And the fourth and last component that we'll explore in the last video is how committed employees are towards collective objectives. Now, organizational culture is unique for every single organization, and it is very difficult to change. It is the hardest thing to change. And the reason why is because there's 2 ways that it comes in, is that we have it from top down and then from bottom up as well. And we'll talk a little bit about this. So over the next few days, we will explore each of these areas, and I will offer some insights and ask the group some questions. And then at the end, I'll share some tips, best practices, or tools to close the discussion. And then we'll move on to the next topic. So let's first explore the ways the organization conducts its business, treats its employees, customers, and the wider community. So I'm sure we've all been a part of organizations that do annual employee and customer surveys, and that's one way to collect the level of engagement and satisfaction. However, it is reactive. Being proactive is a much more powerful way to do that, and it's through stakeholder engagement sessions during the planning phase with additional checkpoints throughout the year. It's really important because we need to be able to understand what our customers need, what our employees need. And that way it truly does engage them if we allow them to be part of that process. When it comes to our customers, they are why we're in business. And we are in business to serve them. And when it comes to our employees, they are our lifeline to our customers and our customer experience. When it comes to the community, being a strong community member and a good corporate citizen speaks to who we are and what we represent and how we serve others. It reflects our organizational culture. And how we conduct our business and how we serve others is threaded throughout the strategy frameworks. So the strategy, the goals, the mission, vision, values, credo, and the behaviors. And these set the stage for the culture. However, leadership needs to model the behaviors, attitudes, and psychological safety and hold this standard throughout the organization. Culture is not just top-down. There is a grassroots component. And if the chatter at the water cooler is not in alignment, then we know something is broken. That means the words that are spoken to describe what the culture is may not be what is happening in reality. So the words that are reflected in the strategic frameworks. Or it could mean the grassroots of the organization feel like there's a misalignment. And when that happens, the grassroots culture begins to build and the leadership culture begins to build, and they may not align. And sometimes neither match what is described in that strategy framework, like I said. And what we want to have happen is to make sure that what is stated in those strategic frameworks is what is being lived throughout the organization. The leadership is modeling the way and is ensuring that those attitudes and behaviors are being reinforced throughout the organization, and that at the grassroots, we all know what is to be expected of us, and we understand how we are supposed to show up every day within that organizational culture. And when those are aligned, it's very powerful and very, very strong. And it provides an excellent employee experience, an excellent customer experience, and it's a great place to work. So I have two questions for you today. One is, have you had any experiences where an organization you worked with or for was completely aligned, impacting the culture in a positive way? And if so, what were some of the keys to its success? Or have you had any experiences where an organization you worked with or for was completely misaligned, impacting the culture in a negative way? And if so, what were some of the key learnings? So I'm going to throw it out to you all to start sharing and learning and collaborating from one another. And then I'm going to jump back in and I'll share some best practices, tools, tips, that type of thing as it relates to this particular topic. I look forward to your comments and your sharing. Thanks.